Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I know it's been a few days, we're back with another video, and today we're going to be discussing game modes in Dragon Ball Legends, because I've been seeing a lot of people actually complain that they feel the game is like super dry and there's not a lot going on. Even though we have a, fair few amount of events to do, they're just, I feel like Legends is dropping the ball on a lot of these events, and there's some things that they could just, a quick fix, and it would improve these events so much, and people wouldn't hate them as much as they do. So on my YouTube poll, which by the way, if you see these polls up here in your feed, or you look at my community tab, these polls, I would appreciate it if you voted in them, because obviously the more votes I can get, I can then paint a better picture of how at least my part of the Legends community feels about these game modes. So I would appreciate it if you voted on these, but with the votes we have here, you can see that the worst mode people feel is Full Power Battle. Now, I only put 5 options because that's the most YouTube allows for their polls. And so I put Gauntlet, which is the 100 floor mode that you do to get your Zenkai Z power. We have the Full Power Battle, we have Co-op, Tournament Power, and PvP. Surprisingly, PvP is not. I guess that actually isn't surprising, because I know there are some people that really despise PvP. But Full Power Battle is in the lead by a huge margin, and I'm sure even if I had thousands of more people come vote on this, it would still be in the lead, purely because I see so many people complain about it on Twitter, on Reddit, on other YouTubers' videos and their comments. I just see people despising Full Power Battle, and I don't blame them, because there are definitely problems with Full Power Battle and I think need fixing. But personally, my vote is to Gauntlet. That mode is just like a time drain. It is just disgusting how awful that is. But I'm going to talk about all these modes and what they can do to improve them. But let me know, what do you want to see in Dragon Ball Legends? Let me know how you think they can improve these modes in the comments down below, as well as let me know if you want to see an old mode brought back, if you have an idea for a new mode. Let me hear your ideas for game modes, how you think Legends can make the game less dry feeling, so there's something exciting to do. But let's start with Gauntlet, since we'll just go in order of these 5 modes and talking about things they could improve. So we'll start with Gauntlet, which, if you forgot, it's the Battle Gauntlet. You get your 3000 Awakening Z power, which first off is not even, it's only 3 of the 7, or 3000 of the 7000 Zenkai Z power you need to get your unit to Z7. The other 4000 you get from missions, so it's not even all of it. But they bring these out with every new Zenkai now, since they made Zenkais free to play. You no longer have to summon for them. You can still summon if you prefer, but you don't have to summon anymore. And this mode, the reason I despise it is because you're only allowed to skip the first 69 floors, which it's kind of weird that they chose 69, Toshi. What's going on over there at Legends? But those last, from floor 70 to 100, is an absolute slog. It is awful. I have some comments here I want to go over, which, by the way, if you leave comments on these, you may appear in a video if that's something you care about. But Overlord Zeno25 here said, definitely Gauntlet for me. I personally find it too repetitive. Even with being able to skip the first 69 floors, it's just a slog. It is exactly that. It is exactly that. It is so repetitive because it is literally the same boss over and over and over and over again, just non-stop. They just change how much health they have. That is literally all they're doing. This one from Jake here. Anyone who doesn't say Gauntlet is out of their mind. Gauntlet is literally the game mode you wish you could do auto skip for all 100 levels. For real. Like, I don't think there's anyone who doesn't feel that way. Maybe there's some people. I guess there is some people. I know there is, because I've seen people say they enjoy playing each individual level. It gives them something to do, which, if you're that person, fair play to you. But most people, you just want to get your Zenkai Z power and get out of there. You're not trying to sit around for, long time, an hour or more, whoever knows. It doesn't make you want to play the game. Definitely not. It takes your phone prisoner because you need to grind it out for rewards. You leave your phone on auto mode and do something else in the meantime. This is a perfect summation of this mode. It takes your phone prisoner. Even if you're not sending it on auto mode and, go doing something else with your life, you're sitting there playing, you can't do anything else on your phone while you're just slogging through these 30 battles. It is so awful, and they're just long. They just keep giving the boss more and more health, so it just takes you longer and longer and longer. It's not like they're adding some sort of challenge where you can only bring this character, this tag, and the boss changes, move sets or something like that. Nah, it's literally the same thing over and over and over again, just with more health. So it takes you longer each and every time. And I think this is a really stupid way of doing it. I know that they will probably not want to go the route of just letting you auto skip all 100 floors if you have a strong enough party. They probably want you to play at least some amount. But I think a great way to fix this would be if you can beat floor 100, like they should just have it open. You can click floor 100, challenge it right away. If you can beat floor 100, you're obviously going to beat all the other ones, because floor 100 is the one with the most health, so it's the hardest version of the boss. I think that would be an excellent fix. It makes you play at least one time. And for the people who want to just have something to do and play through the floors, you can still do that. They could still leave it so you can play through the floors. But if you can beat floor 100, it just gives you all the rewards for the thing. You're done, sorted. You don't have to worry about it. Again, this is a mobile game that I don't think is necessarily should be taking up all of your time all day by trying to do all of these different events in the game mode, because I feel there's a wide enough variety of game modes where people don't have to do them all in order to do something, but you shouldn't have to sit there for just hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, especially with the Zenkais that they've been putting out recently just not being all that. Like Trunks, I still have not seen Trunks in PvP one time, not one single time. No one's been like, yeah, let's run Trunks against me. I haven't seen him, which is normally a big sign they're doo-doo. Like, that's just how it is. And then Rose, a lot of people just use Rose for the bench. So, because he's got powerful opponent buff, you know? So, it's really, they really need to fix it, because Gauntlet is just, oh my god, Gauntlet is horrible. But let's move on to full power battle here, and we're going to jump into the app for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we are here on Full Power Battle, the newest one that is Super Saiyan Gohan. I did actually make a guide for Full Power Battle when the Toppo and Jiren came out, but the guide applies to basically any boss they're going to add to Full Power Battle because of the fact that I'm just really telling you tactics. It's not like a specific thing against Jiren or against Toppo. The only very specific things to those bosses in that video I mentioned is what battle boost characters to use, but the battle boost thing appears here. You can see the battle boosted characters on your own. Click details to see what bursts or, you know, what buff they have, what boost they get. But the problem with Full Power Battle is I think they need more battle bonus characters, because they give you essentially 2 for each slot. As you can see here, you have 2 for the Android slot, 2 for the powerful opponent slot, 2 for the green extreme slot, and then 2 for the event character. As you can see here, Android, powerful opponent, extreme, green, and event exclusive. I think they could give more than that. Now, obviously, as they do with all game modes, they're going to give the biggest buff to the new unit, because it's kind of an incentive. They want you to go summon and try and get that unit, spend CC. More importantly, spend money is what they want you to do, as they are a business, which makes sense. But I feel they could add more units, especially like this Android 18 is so awful. She's just so awful, even with the buffs, man. It's just like, oh my goodness, dude. It is ridiculous. But my biggest problem with it in this mode is the RNG factor of it. It is so RNG based, it's not even like a skill issue thing. Because a lot of people talk about how they're like, oh, people hate this mode. It's just hard. You just need to get good. This mode is so RNG dependent. Like, you can have like a team filled with all the boost characters and all of that, and then still, if it doesn't give you the things necessary, if it doesn't give you enough Dragon Balls to get Rising Rushes, if it doesn't give you the rush cards, you know, the Strike and the Blast rush card, you're just out of luck. That's just how it is. You can't break their Ultra Barrier if it doesn't give you the things necessary to do so. And then the fact that there's an ability where if you're the only character left and they go to activate their Ultra Burst, it will delete your rush cards, your Strike and Blast rush card. If you have them sitting in your hand, she's like, oh, I'm going to save him for when he activates his Ultra Burst, because that's the smart decision. So you can break the Ultra Burst because that's what does the big damage. It wipes your buffs. It does all of those super annoying things. So you're like, let's save them. They're like, oh, if all your teammates have died because we programmed to be idiots. They program them to be absolute watermelons out there. They have 0 brain cells. They're like, oh, we're going to wipe your rush cards, so you just can't win. Like, why is that one of his abilities? It shouldn't be one of his abilities. It's a stupid ability and they should remove it. And so, yes, I understand the fact that there is the whole aspect of team building, which that's perfectly fine. I'm not saying they should change that. They should add more battle bonus characters and then take away that stupid ability to delete rush cards and then guarantee that we're able to get our Rising Rush and our Rush abilities for when he goes into his Ultra Burst. This game mode is essentially, should be a team building simulation. So you can work with your team, and the only difficult part with you playing is that you move and avoid his attacks. Also, the fact that they make him like perfect vanish your attacks, even though his attention is focused on a different unit. You launch an attack, he'll instantly PV you and then slap you with a blue card. Like, cool. Why is that a thing? You know, it's just the little things that become the most annoying things in this mode that don't need to be. This mode can still be considered challenging without it being RNG stupid, you know? So I think that's the big changes they need to make to the Gauntlet. I need to go through and finish up. I had so many matches in a row where it just wasn't giving me the rush cards, or all my teammates would die, so then Gohan would delete my rush cards, and I was like, I can't deal with this right now. So I need to go through and finish this up just to get my Z power for Trunks, but this game mode is just dumb. It is dumb. They need to fix it. I'm not against the whole building 4 separate teams with the different, you know, benches, and it being a thing where like you want to keep playing Legends. It helps out the people who run one account the whole way and don't just make like new accounts for new banners just to try and pull the new unit, you know? So I'm fine with that aspect of it, because I think there should be modes like that benefit people that play a while and build up their boxes and team building aspects. But a lot of the RNG stuff needs to go. They just need to fix that, because it's stupid. It's just dumb. Okay, with my thoughts out of the way, I wanted to go over some of the comments around Full Power Battle that were left. So Ethan here. Full Power Battle needs to be fair to both free-to-play and pay-to-play players. I think requiring featured characters for specific slots is extremely restrictive, especially for those who don't have the recommended characters from recent banners. Now, the one pushback I will give to this is to give you 2 options, and yes, they could make it so the new unit has the same buff as the old unit, but they're not going to do that. It's just not going to happen. They do it with every game mode, so it's not going to change. They want to incentivize you to buy, you know, to summon and spend CC and spend money. But I think they could add more boost characters than what they have. Now, if you've been playing for any amount of time, even if you're free to play, you should have most of the characters to play this, you know, on the boost list. That Red 18, super old. If you've been playing for a while, even if you're free to play, you should have her. The Extreme Green Goku, I'm sure he's probably popped up at least some point now in your summon. He's not some brand new Extreme, you know? I understand not having 17 and 18 and not having Gohan and Trunks. That's, you know, I understand not having them. The free-to-play Trunks, he's literally free-to-play, so no reason to not have him. And then the Android 13 and the LF 8 Vegeta. 13 has been around for so long. You should definitely have him. I understand maybe not having the LF, you know, grade 8 Vegeta, since he's an LF. But I do say they give pretty decent amount of options in terms of if it's between just free to play and pay to play. But I think they should have more options, as I mentioned. So there's that. What they need to do is add Chronos to this event. I agree, they need to add more to Full Power Battle. I feel like just giving you 3,000 Z power for the free characters isn't enough to really make it worth how stupid it is right now. They should add CC to it. This is definitely something they should do as well, besides all the things I mentioned. That would just be like a great change. And then we have this, which I know is a common criticism of people who are like, oh, Full Power Battle's hard. And they say, Lamau clowns think Full Power Battle is the worst game mode when it's just hard. I wouldn't agree with this, and you can see I replied. But this is a really great point. It's not hard, it's programmed in the wrong way of it requires new shiny units and the reward is garbage. All these things do apply. This, I don't really have a problem with, because they're gonna do that. That's how they always do things in every game mode. So, you know, there's no point in arguing that they need to change that, because they're not. But yes, they need to improve the the rewards. They need to improve the rewards, and they do need to fix it, as I mentioned. This is like, yeah, it's just, they need to fix it. All right, so now let's talk about co-op, because that is next on our list and is actually the third most voted thing, which doesn't really surprise me. I literally never play co-op, like, unless it's for a specific mission set where you have to play co-op a certain amount of times to get CC, then I force myself into co-op, but I normally don't play co-op. I know there are rewards to get from there, but I can't. It is so awful, and so many people are just lacking brain cells in that mode. It's insane how you think everyone can it's not that hard, honestly, and some people just can't play the mode. Co-op is just, let's see here. I know there is a really good comments about this here. Yes, from the man. Full power battle isn't bad, but it's difficult, not bad. They do to make scrims easier, but what's worse is co-op. You have to, one, make sure your teammate has the boost, you know, bonus unit, and yeah, that's not hard at all. I don't know why some people, I think most of the people who don't bring the right unit are trolls or simply like just began the game. It's really not hard to figure out who the unit is. So, second is Wi-Fi connection, which isn't even always, like, it's not even always that your teammate has poor connection. They may have great Wi-Fi. Legends just sometimes is doo-doo. Like, it's trash, their servers. I face people who both have great Wi-Fi. I've seen other people who have amazing Wi-Fi play each other, but Legends just can't handle it. They just drop it for whatever reason because of their servers. So they do need to work on their whole connection thing, because when you, it is great. This is one thing that they improved on, is they did make it so now if your opponent or your teammate disconnects, you do it with a bot, but they make the bot dumb, which is so stupid. Like, they should have the bot programmed where if you press your Rising Rush, the bot then instantly presses the Rising Rush with you for the double rush. It's like, it's stupid how they have the bot just kind of doing its own thing, like as if it's not with a teammate. They should have the bot programmed to work with you a lot better. Like, it doesn't rush until you press rush. I feel like that would be a great addition. But I'm glad they added that, because before, if you didn't play, your teammate disconnected, you lost. That was it. And that was super annoying. Those people who rush the minute they get a rush, yes, just people being dumb. You want to do the double Rising Rush. That is, like, the main reason co-op is annoying is because you have to do it with another person. And people can be very dumb. People can be very dumb or be trying to troll. Either way, it doesn't matter. To you, it's the same outcome. It's annoying and makes you feel like you're wasting your time. If your partner dies, then it's essentially over. It is just essentially over. You're going to lose most likely. Maybe if it's close enough, you can pull it out, but a lot of the times you just die. So, I understand why they do that. It's because it's meant to be the two of you against it. So they don't want you to just one-manning it, but maybe they could improve, your ability to try and fight against it. Maybe, like, if your teammate dies, besides just the fact that they give you, like, the smallest amount of health in the universe and a little key, maybe, like, your Vanish Gate starts to recharge faster. They give you different tactics to beat it alone. They should increase the amount of health you get back from your teammate, sending you their energy, and then increase your Vanish Gauge speed. And I think those two things would make a mountain of difference in you being able to come back if your teammate dies and finish it out, if you're close. Obviously, if you still have a whole long way to go and then that's it, it's curtains for you. But I feel like that would be a good idea. And then it is just tedious. It is how much they make you want to play co-op. Like, I know in a lot of these missions, they're like, yeah, let's have them do 35 co-op. Why? Why is it I have to do like 10 PvP matches, but like 35 to 50 co-op? Why? Make it like 10 for these missions, dude. Like, they really need to cut down how much co-op they want people to do. It is ridiculous how much co-op they want you to do with how awful that mode can be. It is just... It's just awful. It is. Tournament Power. I didn't actually get any comments about Tournament Power. I don't think Tournament Power is that bad at all, really, to be honest. You can get some decent rewards, especially if you get the top ranking. It is obviously a mode that leans more towards pay to play and people that have been playing for a while. You don't have to be pay to play to, place in the ranking, but it helps, obviously. But that's kind of going to be the territory with games like this, where pay to play is not just like, this game is not like Fortnite where you pay and you just get different skins, which I think they should definitely add skins to Legends, but that's a whole nother video. So I think tournament power is actually pretty fine. Honestly, I wouldn't really change much about it, except the equip system. We scrapped the whole tournament power specific equips. You should just let them use normal equips. I really don't understand the whole thing of trying to introduce like a new type of equipment. That would be my one change. Just let people use their normal equips. You know, it's weird. But PvP then actually received more votes than I thought it would. I just kind of threw PvP on there because it was another mode. PvP has problems. It does. They need to get rid of long range vanish. I believe we have a comment. Where is it? Yeah, from Goku Black here. PvP is broken. It's a nightmare in the high ranks. Ultras need restrictions. Facing 1 is alright, but 2 couldn't do nothing but watch in disappointment. Yes, obviously PvP is the king, the home of pay-to-play players, because obviously if you have all the shiny new units at high stars, it's going to give you advantage. Now, this isn't to say PvP is not necessarily, like, tournament power is, I'd say tournament power actually is far more, you know, heavily leaning towards the whales than PvP is, because PvP actually does require you to have some skill. I've beaten people who have like all 14-star teams of the new shiny units because they suck. They're not good at actually playing the game. And so I think that is, you know, one thing with PvP. I really like, besides the fact that people just sit in the back and try and perfect vanish you, which again, delete long range perfect vanish. If you want to keep mid-range perfect vanish and close range, that's fine. It's not nearly as annoying as people just sitting on the opposite end of the map, floating there with their finger on the screen, so the instant you look like you're doing something, bam, perfect vanish, and they begin their combo on you with their ultra 14-star Kaioken Goku, who does the longest combo in the existence of the universe and kills your whole team. That's, I think, the biggest thing that needs to be fixed for PvP. Long range perfect vanish. Just get rid of it. They said, like, I don't even, it may have been over a year ago now at this point, honestly, that they were going to try and make PvP less passive, because it is ridiculous how many people float to the back of the map and just sit there doing nothing. But I think PvP is alright. They could improve the rewards, honestly, for PvP. I mean, if we go look at the rewards for PvP. Now, right now, I should actually point out the rewards for PvP are doubled since it is a Golden Showdown season. So keep that in mind. Normally, it's half of what, you know, these rewards are. It's 1,000 instead of 2,000 CC. But still, they should give more. Like, I feel if you're ranking number 2, you should probably get more CC than the person who's ranking 10,000. That's just me, because I know it takes the amount of effort needed to get top 10,000 and to get top 100 is a completely different ballpark. You need to play a whole lot more if you're going for top 100. And doing so isn't even really worth it most of the time, because you get the same reward. I think it's just top 1,000. Yeah. Number 2 and number 1,000 get like the same things essentially. They actually, not essentially, they literally do. I don't even know why they put it in separate categories. Like, they literally are getting the same reward. So, yeah, I feel like they could make CC totals more, especially like rank 1 normally only gets 1,500 compared to the normal 1,000 that people get. Of course, it is doubled this season, so you would get more. But I feel like you could increase the amount of CC they get for getting rank 1. It would probably make some people want to push for rank 1 even more. And they could increase, like, they could keep 10,000 being 1k, you know, top 6k you could bump up to like 1.5k, top 3k you could bump up to like 2k, top 1k or, you know, godly rank you can bump up to like 2.5, and then rank 1 you can make like 3 or 3.5, you know, something like that. I just feel like it'd be better if they gave out better rewards, which most people care about the CC. People aren't really doing PvP for the rare medals. But I think that would be another great thing to help PvP. And finally, just game modes in this game. I feel like they could bring back a lot of old game modes. Like the, what is it? Oh, just try to surpass me. I felt like that was a great a great event. I would love that. It's just short, 3 battles. Are they hard? Yes, they are. But that's fine. I feel like Just Try to Surpass Me is a great event. I always mention it when I do these videos about events. I feel like they should bring that back. But yeah, this video's gone on for a little while now, so I think we'll end it here. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What would you change about game modes? What game modes would you bring back from the past? What are some ideas you have for new game modes? Let me know in the comments down below. If you made it this far, you guys are the best. You are the real ones. I hope you all are having the best of days, staying happy and healthy, and I shall catch y'all tomorrow.